You don't need to have it all together to start again. I know it feels like you do, but you don't. Or maybe you feel like me sometimes. You have it all together, but you don't know where to put it. Or you know where to put it, but you don't have it all together. Either way, it doesn't matter. You just have to go. Gotta get this work in, man. All work is easy work. I just finished my workout. I wanted to share something with you. You don't need to have it all together to start again. I know it feels like you do, but you don't. Or maybe you feel like me sometimes. You have it all together, but you don't know where to put it. Or you know where to put it, but you don't have it all together. Either way, it doesn't matter. You just have to go. You just have to start. Sometimes people get stuck because they feel like they're in a season where they're feeling behind, they feeling scattered or disconnected from themselves, especially in the times that we're living in where there's so much access to everybody and everything. And you have social media, you got YouTube, you got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Substack, LinkedIn. The list goes on and on. And sometimes it's just too much information, or not even information. It's just too many things to keep you feeling disconnected and discouraged and distracted. Now, you do need a plan to move forward, but you don't have to have the entire plan together. You might just have a portion of the plan or pieces of the puzzle. You may not see the full puzzle yet or the full vision, or you see the full vision, but you don't know how all of the pieces of the puzzle are going to come together yet. That is okay. Give yourself permission to begin imperfectly. And that's where I'm at with forfeit. Do I have all the pieces of the puzzle together? No. But we're building, and I think it's coming together. It's coming together slowly. I'm an overthinker. And so when I overthink, I just complicate things and I overcomplicate things. And then I start to move slower because there's too much ideation. You know, I'm excited to share with you all the things that we have in the works. It's a complete ecosystem that is dedicated to helping you with your journey, with your physical wellness and your mental wellness. And we have practical products or systems that's going to help you. I'm building an app. It's in its prototype right now. I want to launch that sooner than later because it's so valuable and powerful I don't want to hold it and keep trying to make it better and better. I want to get it out to those who are interested, and so they can start using it and see how it can help them in their journey and how I can improve the app overall. But you're going to love it, man. And then we have the journals that are due here any day. You may have seen the old videos with me working on the journals. The journals have been a journey in a sense. I wanted to get them produced so that I could offer them at a price that is affordable. And so I had to go across seas to China to get them made. And it's been a little bit of a slow process, a little bit slower on their end, a little bit slower on my end, but they should be here soon. I got a few prototypes. The first one I absolutely love, but it wasn't quite it. The second and third samples were the wrong size. That was my fault. But I think we finally got the right one. So I can't wait for them to show up so I can show you what we have. And then we have our Notion system. We have merch that's coming out. We have the t-shirts, hats. Oh man, it's so much that I don't want to say too much, but just know that we're going to have durable merchandise that is going to not only make you feel better about yourself mentally, but you're going to look good too. I'll get back to that later. But you have to stop waiting to feel completely ready. You have to stop comparing your timeline to someone else's, and you have to stop trying to change everything at once. Life just doesn't work that way, at least not for most people. So you just got to kind of take your time, realize time is of the essence, but move with intensity and intentionality. And that intensity doesn't have to mean like giving 100% every day, because sometimes you may not have that 100% to give. Sometimes you may just need to give 50%. But the intensity you give it, or the consistency that you give it, and devote to whatever that thing is that you're working on, whether that's a product or whether that is you, man, just give it the attention, the intention, and the intensity that it needs. And if you're anything like me, waiting or trying to change everything at once, that can be very difficult. Another thing that we have to continue to work on, you have to continue to work on, I have to work on it, is trying to change everything at once. And look, that can be super hard to deal with when it comes to expectation of time and your timeline. There's a scripture in Proverbs 13 where it says, I have to read it. Expectation postponed makes the heart sick, but a desire realized is a tree of life. Man, that is a powerful scripture, and it is very true. When you are expecting things, or you have a timeline or a deadline of events and goals or life events, occurrences that you want to happen, you're waiting for it to happen, and it doesn't happen as quickly or at that time that you wanted to, man, it can discourage you. But you have to realize that things take time. Anything that's worth having and anything that's worth building and holding on to, it takes time. That's where I'm at with Forfeit. I don't have a massive team, and so I'm building this from the heart and through passion, and we're trying to see where it can go, how it can land, and help as many people as possible. So you have to be the same way. Don't let time or the timeline discourage you. Put in the effort, daily activities, weekly activities, whatever you can do that fits your life towards your goal. Once you put in that work, everything will fall in its place. There's another point. Write down what's draining you. That's pivotal, because once you write down what's draining you, you have a chance to get it out of your mind, and then you can make space for the things that are not draining you. Daily, choose one thing to release. When you see the app, that's one of the first features that is in it. It asks you, what are you releasing today? And for me, daily is overthinking, is self-doubt, it is self-sabotage, things of that nature. But you have to release things. You have to forfeit it to make room for what's better. You got to release good for great. And sometimes you have to release bad for good, and then good for great. That makes sense. Then complete one action that supports who you plan to be or who you're becoming. What is it that you are on the way to being? You could be a better brother, a better son, a better husband, a better wife, a better sister, a better entrepreneur, someone who is whatever it is that you aspire to be. It sounds a little bit juvenile, because it's like, I'm already who I thought I was, but maybe not. Maybe you are at a point where you're pivoting in life and you want something different. Maybe you don't want to be in that career that you're in now. Maybe you don't want to still stay in the job that you have now. Maybe you want to build your own business. Maybe you don't like your physique and you want to change it. Maybe you don't like your personality and you want to become better. Maybe you don't like where you live and you want to change your environment altogether. So all that to say is, when you have your plan of action, you need actionable steps that you can commit to. If you don't know my background, I've been in real estate for over a decade now, and real estate has brought me through many seasons in my life. Now, I shouldn't say now, but also in my life is e-commerce. digital marketing, building forfeit, personal development, mindset. Those are things that I love and plan to build around. So for me to become what I say I want to be involved with. And this is not really to say you're becoming or I'm becoming this new person that no one recognizes at all. But if you do become someone that no one recognizes, then maybe that's a good thing. Or maybe you are just becoming the person that you always were. Maybe it's just been disguised or buried. And when I say disguise, I don't mean that you were this phony person or this fake person. Maybe this is you being the person that no one recognizes. For example, I am who I am. On social media, distant friends and associates, they see different sides of me that they don't see in person because they only see me and converse with me for this short period of time in spurts. When I'm popping up on social media, I could be talking about flipping a house, renovating a house, traveling, a like-minded community, personal development, mindset, staging houses, designing houses, forfeit, mental, physical wellness, all of that. So sometimes people don't really know the whole you. And so when you are becoming that person who you actually are, you get a chance to reveal more of the layers of you. I'm not relaunching and rebuilding forfeit because I have it all figured out. I'm building it and relaunching because I know what it feels like to need a reset and to need community and to need more. And to know that you're capable of more. My goal is to build forfeit at a level where it is really helping to make a difference. And it is a brand that people appreciate and respect. And it is a brand that is future proof. I want it to stand the test of time. Now, here are 10 things that you have to forfeit if you're starting over or you're continuing your journey. All right. So I got this written down. Number one, the need to have everything figured out. Forfeit. Let it go. Release it. Number two, waiting until you feel motivated. Motivation will come and go. On those days when you don't feel motivated, what else do you have? You have to have discipline. You have to have that intentionality and that intensity that I talked about earlier. I'll give you an example. I woke up this morning. My first thought was, I'm not motivated. I don't know how this day is going to be. The sun wasn't out yet and I was just in a funk. And then I had to reframe my thinking. And I went outside with my little puppy, Brummy, let him run around for a minute. And then I just touched grass, looked at the sky, and I appreciated the opportunity that is a gift. And I want to take that gift and open it and see what's inside and build from there. A lot of people don't understand the opportunity is a gift. Some people will return that gift with it unopened because of what it looks like, because of the packaging, the effort, the time, the intentionality. Take your gift of opportunity and seize it. All right, here's number 4. Perfectionism disguised as preparation. I'm not a perfectionist, although for those who work with me inside my renovation projects will say that I am. I'm not. I just like things to be a certain way. That's all. So maybe we won't say perfectionism disguised as preparation. Maybe we'll just say getting ready to get ready disguised as preparation. When you're constantly thinking and researching and planning and strategizing and all those things, that's your mind trying to protect you. Your mind is secretly self-sabotaging you, but it's also trying to protect you because it's something that's foreign and your mind is thinking, I don't know if this is going to work. So let me protect you. And it also could be, this is going to work. But if this works, life is different. We don't know that life. So let me protect you. Cut it out, forfeit it, release it. Number 5, the belief that small progress doesn't count. One day at a time, 1 hour at a time, one activity at a time. One thing we always say in my family is count the small victories. Whatever that is, filming that YouTube video, building that digital product, getting on social media, starting a new business, working out, writing in your journal, and in a vacation. Doesn't matter what it is. One step, move forward. That's it. That was number 5. Number 6, negative conversations with yourself. That's a huge one. I'm not going to go in detail on that one because I'll take you down a rabbit hole and we'll be here all day. But I'll just use this analogy that I've used before. If you plant flowers, what grows? Flowers grow. If you plant weeds, what grows? Weeds grow. If you plant nothing at all, what grows? Weeds will still grow. So you have to plant those seeds of positivity in your mind. And that is how you talk to yourself all of the time. If you talk negative to yourself, that's going to be embodied in you and it's going to show up in ways that you don't understand or in ways that other people see and you don't know that they actually see it. You have to do that inner work. We have to do that inner work. The negative conversations are going to show up, but you have to reframe that and you have to switch it off immediately. No negative self-talk. Number 7, habits that constantly drain your energy. That speaks for itself. We don't even have to go into detail for that. Number 8, the need for everyone to understand your vision. People are not going to get it. I am in a new season and building, and I don't really know too many people around me that are in a new season as well, or they're in a season that's different than mine. Everyone is established in their own right of life, in their own walk of life. Everyone has their own journey. So therefore, you can't expect everyone to understand your vision or your plan. And it can be discouraging when you do share it and you don't really get the feedback, or you don't get the conversations or that support or encouragement. But maybe they just don't quite understand. You're in different seasons. So you have to make sure that you don't let the external suffocate the internal. You know, you got to build yourself up every day. And then later on, it'll make sense. Number 9, forfeit, release an outdated version of who you used to be. That can be complex. That has a lot of layers to it. How do you release someone who you used to be? I'll explain it like this. In our faith, we have this principle that we live by, and it's the new personality, right? The old personality is still there. The old personality was maybe who we used to be, or that old personality may be buried way down here at the bottom. We try hard to bury it down here so it don't come up and just make situations worse, because an old personality or something that you suppress and buried is suppressed and buried for a reason. Those are probably our bad traits, our bad characteristics, our imperfections, our flaws, those habits, old code that I always talk about. And when I say code, I mean like a written code. You have to depend on your new code, your new personality. And so that's what I mean when I say release or forfeit the version of who you used to be. You gotta let it go, man. You gotta keep it buried. If there's a situation where that old personality needs to come out, or that old version, so be it. If it fits the situation, but it's outdated for a reason. You wouldn't ask for Apple or Samsung to give you the outdated update for your phone, would you? No, you want what's ever new. You want what's current, what's improved, and what's better. Think about that. Release it, forfeit it. And number 10, the fear of beginning again. New seasons, new beginnings are beautiful. That is one of the, one of the things in life that just makes life more interesting. New chapters, new beginnings. It's nothing like it, especially when you're choosing a new routine or a new life or a new beginning. That's invigorating. It is powerful. It's all the things that you imagine that it could be. However, it does become stressful and you have anxiety when you don't put in the work to start that new beginning. That's in the rumination and your mind starts spinning and you're stuck in that loop and you can't get out of it. And you can't get out of it. Now, you don't have to forfeit or release all 10 today, but choose the one thing that has been holding you back the most and begin there. And I just want to read this because I want to make sure that I get it right. Sometimes the next version of you is waiting on what the current version of you is willing to release. Man, that is powerful and it's true. But anyways, I hope this was encouraging. Pretty soon I hope this was encouraging. The Forfeit app is coming soon. The merchandise is coming soon. The journal is on its way. And if you are interested in all of the things that we have to share to help you to become a better person, to become more mentally fit and more physically fit. And when I say physically fit, I mean that you don't have to be a person with 2% body fat, but you are trying to get in the best shape. That's what we're about. So if this was encouraging to you, share this with a friend, share this with an associate, drop a comment, drop a like. If you have any ideas of what you think would be valuable inside our app, let us know. Also, the new website should be available soon. So that's it for now. I have to get going and I'll catch you next week. All right. I'll be back. Peace.